If you would have asked me, I would probably tell you that I'm really good at mixing things up, going with the flow, being flexible. But lately, I've been realizing that I'm only good at it if the obstacle comes in the way that I'm expecting. So when my mom called me and asked me to fill in for her for a week in Nashville while she goes to Trinidad with a friend, I'd be lying if I didn't feel a little anxious, because a whole week away from what I thought was me getting in a flow kind of made me anxious, because I'm like, this means I have to reset when I come back. But the fact that it made me uncomfortable made me really try to figure out why I was uncomfortable. And by the time I processed my feelings, it really boiled down to the fact that I was trying to control my life too much, which is crazy because I literally thought I was doing better at that. And it's not something that I'm going to figure out and then I'm just not going to do it. I think it's more of a conscious decision that I have to make. And also, if I claim to be a woman of faith like I do, it kind of contradicts if I'm trying to control my life and it has to happen the way I want it to, but I also want God to do impossible things in my life. Those two don't work. All I need is to see it. All I need is to see the issue that I'm having so I can work on it and be aware of it. Me not knowing is the scariest thing to me, because am I out here being a maniac in this world? So with an open mind, I decided to pack up my stuff and head to Nashville, because I was like, girl, what are you even talking about? Why are you even uncomfortable? You're going home. Like, there's so many good things. Girl, relax. But you guys know, before I left, I had to say bye to Maxie and let him know I was leaving. If you don't know, Maxie's my neighbor's dog that I've given a treat for about 3 years now. Anytime I go out of town, I tell him, so he's aware that I'm coming back. Because if he thinks I moved away, that's too much. I can't even imagine.
Yo, good morning. Are you not expecting me this morning? Oh, this is a good boy. Okay, is it time for a treat? I had to go out of town, okay? For a whole week. This is yogurt, not for dogs. For a whole week, you have to wash my house, okay?
Then Will was the best brother ever and decided to take me to the airport so I wouldn't have to take $100 Lyft. And I actually love traveling alone. Usually if I travel with my brothers, I'm like definition of passenger princess, because I don't think about nothing. I just scan my ticket and walk through following them the whole time, which is good, which is fun. But I also like to travel by myself because I'm in my own world. I get to people watch, I get to listen to music, I get to, you know, I'm like in my head. So I'm having conversations, my imagination's going, and I feel like everybody around me is moving, but nobody knows what's in my head. Then my best friend Regine and her husband Shamari came to pick me up from the airport. And then we went back to their house and I finally got to see her dogs again. Their names are Triple and Ginger, and they're very good girls. Very good girls. Doing the ab challenge that I've been doing for the past few weeks was something that I thought I wanted to do while I was traveling. But then I realized really quickly that I didn't want to wake up extra early, do the abs, film them, edit it, and try to get it up to post. I tried that the first day, didn't even happen. Second day, I was so fed up. I was like, why am I even doing this? Third day, I said, I'm tired. But sometimes I just get so locked in on a goal. Like if I set a goal for myself, I'll get so locked into reaching the goal, especially if it's a number or something that I can like reach, like a day, like a challenge. If it's 21 days, I'm gonna do it for 21 days. But then sometimes I'll get so caught up in the 21 days that I forget the reason why I was doing 21 days of abs, which was just to strengthen my core. My back started hurting from sitting so much. So I was like, absolutely not. We're not about to do this. So that was my goal, to strengthen that up. So when I got back from Nashville, we could just kind of pick it up from there. And I completely lost track of that. And I only focused on the 21 days. So I was like, girl, we're not gonna stress yourself out to reach this. We're gonna do quality days when you get back from Nashville, which is okay. Then the party really started when Niecy came into town. She drove from Carbondale because she lives like 3 hours away.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, you're smelling good. You're such a travel babe.
She's graduating in May and can't wait to get out of that town. So any chance she gets, she's driving to Nashville. So she pulled up because she knew I was there, and Liz was there, who is our cousin-in-law. That's what I'm calling her because she's our cousin's husband's sister. Yeah, the same night Niecy came in, she had to finish up some exams, and then we ended up setting up the gym area in my parents' garage because we had gotten them an elliptical for Christmas. And before that, about a year before that, we actually built out like a little gym section. I put flooring down. It was like when I built the gym in my house, when I went back, I was like, let me do the same thing for them. So I put a little section and they had an old elliptical. We got them a new elliptical so we can make use of this space, but by that time, they already put a bunch of yunk all over the flooring that we had set up. So that spot wasn't even used. It was just used for garage storage, which is crazy. I'm like, this is good stuff. All of the weights, the bands, everything was in the boxes, just tucked away. Can you believe it? But my mom is a giving queen. So anytime she has anything, even if somebody's like, hey, do you want this? She takes it because she knows that she would be able to find somebody that she knows that needs it, whether it's from her church, whether it's Goodwill, whether it's putting it in a barrel and sending it to Trinidad. So we kind of use the garage to kind of store stuff, and she has this huge load of things that need to get rid of for Goodwill and to Trinidad that she just hasn't found the time to. So it looks like a lot of mess, but she's pretty much gone through and sorted everything, and it's just sitting in there. So don't be coming for my mom, because I will come for you.
I'm not driving. I could drive, but I wouldn't.
We're making progress. It's like this. Why do we have a wheelchair? Alrighty, here we are. They have these candles, so I'm using them as decoration. They have a jump rope, bands with handles on them, a big band, a bunch of mini bands, ankle weights, dumbbells, plates. Yeah. Hey!
Yeah, he is balling in the
This is the cutest thing I've ever seen! These are nice buy. Yeah! What? And you put water in there?
Well, this is just ordinary water, like the cold water from the pipe.
Oh, that's cold.
But
Dad.
you have to freeze the filter, like put it in the fridge overnight.
Oh, so when it blowing it cold. Where you get this?
Nordstrom.
Hey. Okay, Nordstrom's.
The dining table, you guys sit in the living room. And
then push it, yeah. On the front. And look at the arrows.
left!
I'm scared it's gonna slide out.
Come on, push left! I can't believe I can't lift it!
We can't lift it too high, it's gonna fall on you.
Lizzie! Alright. What?
Wait. Hold this side.
Thanks. I'm literally a mechanic.
Okay, two mechanic babes.
Me trying to get my spare tire from under my car after my flat.
So on Friday, we ended up going to the mall after work, and the plan was to go straight from work and not actually like get cute or dressed up because we had dinner to go to that night. Nisi decided that she wanted to dress for prom while me and Liz were looking like the homeless. So today we get home from work, we're stopping by the mall before we go to dinner. I still think my teeth. And Nisi was like, let's change our clothes. I'm gonna change in. She had on some sweats and a hoodie and some tennis and some Crocs.
I looked dank.
She looked dank, so we were like, okay, we'll let her change. And then she comes out in a prom dress. And she told everyone, so I didn't change because I thought she was just putting sweatpants back on.
My sweatpants
I want to put on my ski pants.
My sweatpants had a stain on it.
So do mine, have curry stain, look.
But
she puts on a jean jacket,
Nikki,
hoops,
you know what
goes, slick back her hair. I could have...
Yes, pull my hair. That's
not both of us.
Did y'all see my hair?
Nisi, look at my edges. Nisi,
if we all look in a mess, then we all look in a mess.
If we all look in a mess and one person gone and
You
changed?
have me going around looking like y'all stuff.
No. Oh, my God. My God.
The mentality.
So shit, I'm gonna be the queen and make them the ducks. Nisi said, I'm basically putting on the same thing I had on. She was dressed like me. This is what she's wearing. So you guys decide.
This jacket
and let us know. Nisi just put on perfume.
And lip gloss, look.
And look at you.
Sorry, I like to.
Maria.
Uh-oh, 70% off.
Oh, this is Liz's first time at this mall.
I've never went to the mall since I've been here. Yo, stop it.
Welcome to the mall.
We're popping her mall cheers.
Yeah. So after we got back to the house, we were late, of course, because we wanted to try this restaurant that Nisi wanted me to try called Sopapillas. And it's just this Mexican restaurant in Franklin that's super cutesy. So Nisi was like, come on, we have to go. So we ended up going with our Auntie Christy, she's gonna be on time. If there's one thing, she's gonna be on time. And then when we roll together, late bugs. Wow, you look so pretty. She's getting mad at us because Nisi made us late.
No, I didn't make.
they made me late because I put something on. They were like, ooh.
And that ended up being fun. It was like a little girls' night. Then on Saturday, we ended up being able to sleep in finally. I was exhausted. And my dad, if you haven't noticed, he loves to shop at Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's is another word for Goodwill. So he will go in Goodwill and he like looks for cool finds, and then he comes home and he's like, look at this, look how awesome this is. Like the air conditioned thing that you guys saw.
What you get us?
Nordstrom.
With that being said, my dad had this huge backpack. I think it's like a hockey backpack. I'm pretty sure I can fit in there. He got this backpack from Goodwill.
Dad, that is huge. That's like a hockey bag. I'm so weak.
What?
Yeah.
Dad, you have to put that on.
You cannot, where do you
No, I
where are you
can't.
going with this?
No, what I'm saying, you know, I just travel with my sheets.
True.
You gonna travel with this on your backpack?
What do you mean?
Oh, it has wheels.
It has wheels and have.
Oh yeah.
It have.
Oh, so
stuff.
it's like a big suitcase.
Yeah.
That's a nice suitcase then.
$5, right?
Dad,
Hey.
put it on your back.
Yeah, you gotta put
No,
it
no,
on.
I ain't got one.
Dad, you have to. You bought it.
Okay, you have to sport it.
You have
No, I
to.
don't sport it. What I really want to sport it.
I'm weak.
They like to make monkey of me. Hey, the first time I thought it was a dog cage, when I see it.
I literally just looked at her and
When I
was
look
like,
at
it
this-
looks like a dog cage.
Yeah.
So before we ended up going on our first adventure, Nisi wanted to do a TikTok challenge, and it was the blind, mute, deaf challenge. And you're supposed to take something and make it while one person can't hear, one person can't see, and the other person can't speak. I had can't hear, and I was blasting trap music in my ears, and Nisi couldn't speak, and Liz couldn't see. Okay, so we're doing a challenge today. You can't talk. Guys, shut up. I'm doing an intro, Nikki.
Actions.
I'm gonna get. Okay. Just pour it literally right in front of yourself. Okay, chef.
Yeah, I got this. You're cracking it two in here. Next thing I hold it as eggshells come in there. You trust me? Alright, okay. Alright.
Oh.
What are you saying?
Nisi, you're getting frustrated and I don't know what you're saying because you can't talk. Be patient.
Am I
You
pouring?
ain't pouring yet. You're pouring. Keep going. Okay, stop. Nice. That's a lot of oil. Yeah, keep mixing. Yes, you got it! Yeah! After that, we ended up going downtown around midday, like 3, 4 o'clock to watch Alana perform. Alana is a country star. She is the Broadway queen. Her and her band slay Broadway. And she got offered another residency at this new bar called Barstool. And when I tell y'all, they put a show on, we were like, they put a show on and they did such a good job and it was so fun. We ended up leaving and going back home because we knew we wanted to go to this place called Pins Mechanical, which is just like a game spot. It has like mini bowling and like arcade games and drinks and stuff like that. But by the time we walked in, Liz gave her ID and it was expired. But there's no way for her to renew her expired license because she's from Trinidad. She couldn't get into Pins Mechanical, which is wild because I'm like, what do you want us to do? It's not like she's 30. So after they kicked us out, we ended up calling Regine because we were trying to meet up with her and Jamari while we were out, and they were at a cigar club. I don't know, I've never been to one before, so I was kind of interested to go. But it was a cool spot. It had like little seats, everybody was chilling, catching up, that kind of thing. And it was also next door to a taco shop and it's actually yummy. So we ordered food and ended up eating there. Then we went downtown and Lil Sammy took us to a place called Friends with Low Places, and he had just gone out the night before, so he was really not feeling it. And I was like, this is perfect because we're not trying to do anything crazy either. So we were like, yeah, let's go and check it out. At this point in my life, I know 1000% that I'm not an out on the town shorty. It is very heavy on the people that I'm with if I'm out, or where I'm going has to be entertaining with good music. If I don't like the people and I don't like the entertainment, I'm miserable. If I like the people, the entertainment could suck and I still have the people, which was what the situation was. But I was just kind of bored with downtown Broadway. If you're a bachelorette or a bachelor and you're doing one of those like hopping around situations, like doing all the events and stuff, I think that's cool. It's a whole bunch in one area for you. If you're not doing that, I just feel like it's just so vanilla. Yeah, it's just one flavor. So if you are not a country queen or a country king, it's not the place for you. You're probably not gonna have a good time. You know we have to make it to church. Deborah Gittins cannot be my mother and we go out on the town and then don't get up and go to church the next morning. So we knew we needed to represent.
We're off to church because if we can make an effort to go out, we can make an effort to go to church. And ladies, church is right across the street.
Then after, we ended up taking my dad because we wanted to take him on a little date, father-daughter date. You see his true passion. We're about to go to see a movie. I don't know if you've seen a 4DX movie, but it's definitely worth an experience. We went to see Kung Fu Panda because that was like the only good movie that we all would want to see at the time. If I had to explain 4DX, it would literally be like a simulation movie. So you're like watching the movie and the seats are like spinning around. They were spraying stuff at your face, like air. You got punched in the back if somebody got punched hard enough. Things shaking. It was intense. You can like control the settings on how intense you want it, but we didn't know that till after the movie. Cracking up because my dad was like shaking when he got on the seat. It literally was like,
I didn't know it was so.
I didn't know it was like that either.
Oh, you didn't know?
That was my first time. He legs. That's so funny.
I would like to see. I would like to see Avatar.
Yes. Yeah, like flying in the air.
Going to the water.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like
is he stuff spraying?
is because you don't know
What are they
spraying on you.
spraying? Yeah. It was a fun experience and we had so much fun. And then later that day after the movie, my mom had left my dad with some chores. He was in charge of finding a new washing machine because the last one broke. So it was fun to kind of go with him to help him do that because honestly, if you have daughters, you have a cheat code in life. Then on my last day, we ended up going to the hair store and Liz ended up making this hair oil for us. And I currently like have it in my hair and I know that that's why my hair has been struggling because it hasn't been moisturized. I don't know if I've said this before, but I need to get my hair under control. I have a good head of hair, but I know if I take care of it more, it will be even better. I just don't know how to do it and I don't know where to start. And that just seems like a whole lot of attention and I don't necessarily want to put my attention there right now. So I feel like I'm making excuses. I just need to figure it out. And on the last night, like literally the last night, I never got to go spend time with my oldest sister, Caroline, because the last time I was in town, I was sick and she wasn't available. So we didn't even get to make it. So this time I was like, I need to see her. So the last night, we went over there at like 9 o'clock and I was like, we're only gonna stay for an hour because she was by her friend's house and I was like, we don't wanna impose. Now her friends ended up being the coolest people ever. It was so fun. They had this like bartender machine that makes drinks for you. It literally like you pick the kind of drink you want, you pick how strong you want it, and then it makes your drink and you have an in-house bartender. We gotta get one of those. So after that, we stayed until like midnight and then I had an early flight the next morning and then I headed back to LA. It was such a good burst of like positive trip, if that makes sense. I wasn't expecting to go back to Nashville. I wasn't planning to go back to Nashville. It's like because I had an open mind, I was able to see ways I can help my parents that had nothing to do with money because I feel like I would just not help them in ways that I can because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna work hard and get some money and then I'm gonna give it to them so they don't have to work as hard. But it's like, I have so many skills and things that I could do and that I know that would benefit them, like putting together the gym. That's huge for their health. It's like, that's me impacting their lives and being a better daughter. It just kind of opened different perspectives of what I have available to me that I could be using to be more present and I don't know, level up because I've just been so caught up in looking ahead that it's hard for me to see what I'm able to use to get to that point because I'm not there yet. I need to come back a few steps. Coming back to LA, but I just kind of like had an epiphany of, it's not an epiphany because I've known. I just needed to decide. And it really is in knowing what my issues are and in knowing how I tend to hold myself back. I love to plan and I love to prepare, but there has to be some kind of flexibility. I can plan out the things that I want to do, but when it comes to the day, You need to let the day. I thought because I wasn't focusing on each day and I was doing it by quarter, I'm like, I'm not planning anything. But then if something goes off in 1 month, I know I'm not gonna make my goal for the quarter, and then I'm freaking out for what? That's so weird. Ugh, I hate that I did that. But yeah, so knowing that that's my issue, I'm excited because, like I said, all I have to do is know, and then I can work on it. That was my trip to Nashville. It was unexpected, but much needed. If I can give you guys one thing from this video, is that don't try to control your life too much, babes. If you're in a space that you don't like and you're struggling to get out, it's probably because you're not present. So if you're able to be present and see what you have, you can use what you have to get out of that stage. All right, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, watch my other vlogs. I have a whole bunch of them. I'm about to be posting more.